Good afternoon, everyone. I guess China is going to clean up its own pollution. Too bad all the farmers locked in their homes aren't going to be able to plant on time. Look at the mist planting in the brown there. You've heard these names before: Hubei, Henan, paddy rice output mega in China. Interesting timeline overlap with the unveiling of the digital yuan occurring in these next couple of months. Second-year major spring floods in the U.S. delayed planting on par, flooding delays in Mississippi. Black rain falls, Japanese city, fierce lightning storms, or was it a comet? They don't really know, but keep going to work. It's all good. Pay your taxes. With gold sitting near 7-year highs and talks of possible gold and silver increases over the next years. When we look across the news landscape, it's continuous trade wars, negative interest rates, Fed lowering rates, contracting manufacturer, pullbacks in consumer spending, and then stock market turmoil. Record point gain one day, record point loss the next. Oil crashing the most ever. Panic sweeping through the markets as our supply chains globally lock up along with the credit system. Protect your wealth and invest in silver or gold. Patriot Gold Group. Open a no-fee-for-life physical silver or gold IRA before the dollar collapses. Patriot Gold Group is Consumer Affairs' top-rated gold IRA dealer. They'll explain to you what a physical silver or gold IRA is and the benefits of precious metal IRA investments. Working directly with every client to secure the most competitive pricing on gold and silver. Call today or request a free investment kit below. PatriotGoldGroup.com. The link's in the description box below. Starting you off here on Zero Hedge, there's no pollution. We don't need Grita to tell us to visit China to say no pollution. It took care of itself, I guess. Check out the before and after. This is January, February. But the reason I'm bringing this to your attention is with that no movement around, that includes farmers too. Farm machinery, the logistics chains for all the pesticides, herbicides, seed supply, and everything else to get planted. Check out Henan, Hubei, and Jiangxi, Sichuan. Paddy rice output, mega. How many millions of tons is that? That won't be planted on time. And I thought, you know what? I'm wondering, when do they plant their spring crop? This comes off the FAO. And the brown is what you're looking at, the sowing. So the red box is where the miss is happening right now. It looks like the southern corn or the maize, not on time. The rice, definitely not on time. The wheat, spring wheat, not on time either. So my question to you is, if they're not even preparing the fields as of yet to get planted, and they should have already been putting the seeds into the ground by this time, how much do you think they're going to have in output this year? And where will that leave China on the world market to be looking for food for those main staples? Corn, rice, and wheat. This is going to be a mega problem. Grand Solar Minimum, 400-year cycle. All the Chinese dynasties collapse. Could we see another one? Eunice Yoon showing us at least 21.9% year on year just for the staple foods. And then pork, obviously. 135% increase from January. Nice. Up and up we go. Transportation issues, obviously. But what I find incredibly interesting off Cointelegraph here, the cryptocurrency, Chinese digital yuan, they're going to be launching their own sovereign cryptocurrency, like the US dollar, the yuan. They're going to flip it to digital. Oh, how convenient. We don't need paper money. Might be something on that you could pass around the society. Very bad. So let's just turn everything digital. And this article came out late November, and it said, definitely, quote unquote, 6 to 12 months. So let me see. That would put it right about now. I wonder what the causation would be for them to even know that they would have a massive event where they could switch to digital payments. Do you think they had a crystal ball? And also China, Zhejiang province, processing 6 billion USD via the distributed ledger technology, otherwise known as DLT. Medical billing platform. Oh, 2 for 2. They have a great crystal ball in China. Move it over to crypto. Here we go. On and on. Food shortage in America, probably. So how's that going to be for China? Because China buys an enormous amount from the United States agricultural-wise. So as we go down this rabbit hole of grand solar minimum crop losses to the point where everybody would be awake by this harvest season, you need a bigger distraction. Second year of major spring floods forecast for the U.S. heartland. And this being written in February, and the forecast expected to continue through the next 3 months. So let's do that. February, okay, add 1 month, March, April, May. Massive floods happening for the next couple months. Planting delays. I wonder what Forbes has to say. Oh yeah, Midwest farmers also. Southeast U.S., Midwest, and other spring of flooding, delayed planting. Low harvest yields, 2.0. So how much flooding has been down in the Mississippi, delaying corn planting already, do you think? Oh, at least double the averages so far. And you can see each area, Vicksburg, Jackson, Monroe, and Alexandria. That's in Louisiana, though. But prior to that, I've been following this unprecedented Mississippi flooding off of Strange Sounds. They have a great rundown on all the floods that are happening. They even have a full flood section there. Using words unprecedented in February, and then the Mississippi River under a state of historic flooding above normal rain triggers inundation in Tennessee. And if you need some imagery there, flooding delaying corn planting. See that water? That's not a lake. That's farm fields. Again, that's not a lake. Those are farm fields there that should be planted at this moment. So how long do you think it'll take for that water to drain out before it can actually get machinery in there to churn the soil to be able to get it ready to plant? Just like over in China, they're not doing either. No tilling has been done yet in these major crop zones across China. So we take a look over here on Ag Facts. Keep in mind the progression is what you're looking at, not the single event of yesterday, but the progression from the beginning of the year when we should be getting ready to plant. You know what it's going to be in January and February. If it's really wet at that point, we're going to have delays. And here we are, last day of January going into February. Missouri River Basin, third wettest in 124 years. Then we jump over to these other different river basins here. Missouri River, North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, Kansas. We saw Nebraska last year, biggest floods ever recorded ever. And they're still in their top 5 wettest seasons. There's definitely a grand solar minimum shift, something on the multi-century, multi-millennia movement of jet streams and monsoon patterns into new flows, dropping more rain permanently now, it looks like, in our grow zones, because upper Mississippi and the Red River Basin also wettest in 125 years. And then drip feed in the Dakotas, Wisconsin, and Illinois, top 5 of wettest years. And there's more rain expected over the next couple of months. So when are we going to plant? Yeah, really, can I say it again? Really late, like we did last year, with incredibly low yield. So all that good yield that had been put in the pipeline for 2018, terrible yields last year, that's getting eaten up. And then magically we have this giant cataclysmic excuse to explain food crop losses, no availability, things disappearing off store shelves, all in good time, right in time. Matches the timeline perfectly, almost too perfectly actually. And then to put the icing on the madness across the planet here, mysterious black rain falls on Japanese cities days after a fierce lightning storm. Okay, this black goo oozing, it's not from a volcanic eruption, and it sure isn't from anything burning over in China. So what is it really? It's dropping. Now the causation was this black rain. Fukushima, they saw something similar to this. But then also in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, they saw something very similar to this. So a lot of social media people were like, whoa, this is too scary. Bad omen. What's going on with this stuff? Somebody needs to test it. And they surely did. It was found not to be anything radioactive at all. So now the conjecture is, was it an atmospheric anomaly electrically induced to change something almost in an alchemy way that blended elements through heat and electricity to create this black rain? Or was it a comet fragment that smashed and broke, seen vastly over Japan? Where is this organic material originating from? That is the question. But notice the timelines. The excuses are in place already to explain away the non-food deliveries to your store shelves. Are you seeing the grand play in front of you. The excuses need to get bigger over 2021. What do you think will be bigger than this distraction that we're seeing now? It has to be, because the true food shortages start next year. It begins with China and America this year. So get ready for a new cryptocurrency-based payment system globally, higher price foods, and distractions amok. And remember, during the transition, you are absolutely going to need to grow some of your own food. TrueLeafMarket.com, heirloom and organic seeds for any grow zone on the planet, herb kits. It's good to get prepared, but the same thing's happening, shipping delays. So the fulfillment, even after you order, is going to be delayed at least 5 days until they can ship it. And we're seeing this globally. So I'm giving you the heads up here. It's coming into planting season. You really might think about jumping over to TrueLeafMarket.com. Use the link in the description box below. It's a great way to support the channel and a great way for you to get Grand Solar Minimum prepared, as the media is going to browbeat you into la la land. You're on your own. Good luck.